Valentine's Day. A day where couples come together and show compassion and love for each other. Of course, the male normally gives the roses, flowers, a bouquet, or chocolates to the lovely ladies. Too bad I'm single though. At least I got my anime. The romance genre is probably one of the most popular genres in the anime world. Normally you would see people who ask for recommendations and they would normally ask romance, most specifically. There are many great romance anime that came out in the anime world. Shows like Clannad, where you have the great aspect of drama and you combine it together with romance and you create this epic emotional roller coaster where it could really give you this in a good way. And then you get shows that get people emotionally mad, like School Days, where you get 3 of the most hated characters and you form a love triangle, and the result would normally turn out like this. This show I'm going to talk about places in the same area of the romance genre, and maybe this anime shows what love is all about? Not in terms of the look, however, but probably the way it plays out in the theme of love. This show has about 13 episodes and it aired in the fall season of 2012. Hey guys, what's up? I'm BaachiJoe of the Otaku Nation / anime lovers, and this is my review on Sukitte no. I apologize for my butchering Japanese. In English, it's Say I Love You. Quiet and uninteresting Mei Tachibana is a 16-year-old high schooler who shows no signs of interest when it comes to talking to others, has spent almost her entire life making no friends or having no boyfriend due to an incident that occurred in her childhood, where it made her believe that friends will soon betray each other eventually. When she encounters a popular boy in her high school named Yamato Kurosawa, life gets complicated for Mei, however, for the good. The main love is key, and you can see that in the show, and they have done a great job in building up the theme of love. Now you're going to hear me say a lot of build or build up in this review, but that's one of the key points that helped made this theme the strongest point in this show. There are only 13 episodes in this anime, and they have so little time to create development in the story department. This show has done a good job in creating storylines that involves relationships around Mei and around those people whom she meets. I gotta say though, I'm happy that this show has an ending. It's probably not the strongest ending where it gives you that emotional power. It leaves you off knowing that you feel happy that it created all of this despite having such a short amount of episodes going along, and I'm just glad they actually finished the show. Mei Tachibana is the lead female protagonist of this show. She is described gloomy and antisocial, as mentioned earlier, due to her childhood past where she believed that others will betray each other. Her life would change as soon as she meets this main character. Yamato Kurosawa is the male lead character in this show. He is one of the most popular boys in Mei's high school, and he's also Mei's love interest. He normally thinks of others more than he does himself, as he himself, who also would have problems of his own, would set those aside and normally gives care for the others instead of himself. The leads, I gotta say, were very entertaining throughout the show from start to finish, where you see progression for Mei for every episode that comes around. Mei, for one, is in the best position to get character development. Lonely, has a backstory, doesn't like talking to others, and also sides away from society. Yamato, for one, is the same idea, except here we pretty much got a lovable guy that anyone can get along with. But this guy also has some dark memories in the past where it's not too much. It's good enough that there is a problem side to this main character and we can actually develop. Despite having the show only air 13 episodes, the show does a really good job in building up these main characters. It felt like they never really rushed them or leaving plot holes in them. And the side characters of the show do play a major part in the show. Now, are they memorable? Not really, but each side character has an interesting side story where they don't overdo it, but it's nice, simple, and not too complicated. The side characters are like stairs for Mei to build up. I also want to point out one of the side characters, Megumi. Despite how many people dislike that character, she's probably one of the most developed in the show. Overall, every single character has done their job. It's almost like every single character has connected each other, and they're building this upon, with Mei and Yamato anchoring this great build-up. Zex is the same company that animated Say I Love You, the same company that animated one of the shows to come out in 2013, Diabolik Lovers, and a very controversial show called Aku no Hana. Now, knowing that Zex has participated in some of the shows that people dislike doesn't mean that their job in the animation department is terrible? Not really. Shows like Diabolik Lovers, where we have unnecessary vampire rape and misdreams of a poor little girl, but they made the show look beautiful. As for the show Aku no Hana, the attempt to try rotoscoping, it wasn't that bad. It's not the best, but it's not bad. As for this show though, I found the animation very different. In a very good way though. It's just something about it that just gives me that simplistic feel to it, with an effort to make it look great, if that makes sense. The only small flaws I can only find about the animation is that the characters look sorta bland, like how the character does not have the unique features to him that really stand out to me. But then again, it just goes to show how simplicity and natural might just be the perfect look. Better to be simple than to be too much. The OST in Say I Love You, in my opinion, has that nice emotional feel to it whenever you listen to the song, to any music that plays in the show. One of those songs is of course the opening, titled Friendship, by a legendary artist named Ritsuko Okazaki, where this opening has the feeling of relaxation, and despite how slow paced it is for an opening, it really belongs to an opening with an anime like this. And of course, the ending song titled Slow Dance, created by Suneo O'Hare, for one is a great way to end the show. This song gives out that feel like it could end any type of anime in any type of episode. Yuji Nomi is the man who created the soundtrack for this show, and the funny thing about it, despite how beautiful this entire soundtrack is, he hasn't really participated in many other projects in the anime world, except for one, most notably one of Studio Ghibli's films. But to anyone who has not listened to his work, try to take a look at his soundtrack. He did a really good job in making this entire soundtrack sound magnificent, and if you're one of those guys who loves listening to music, you should really check it out. The soundtrack is really well done. In my times of watching romance anime, this show probably places in my top 10 best romance shows I've ever watched. It gives off this heartwarming vibe, no matter how cheesy or simple this show can be. In terms of love, not only do we get to see Mei and Yamato build a relationship throughout the course of the entire show, we also get to see Mei build a relationship around whom those she meets, creating friendships that will last forever. And isn't that what love is all about? Creating friends that will be by your side, be there when things get rough and you have others to comfort you, that you have friends that will never leave you. The excitement of doing things together, accepting just the way they are, being honest with each other, knowing that they will always be with them regardless of what happens. This anime, Sukitte Ilia no, shows what love is all about in many ways than one. With that being said, so I rate an anime by story, characters, animation, music, and personal enjoyment, giving story an 8.1, giving characters a 7.9, giving animation 7.6, music 8.5, and my personal enjoyment 9.0, with a total rating of 8.22, as this show gets a Tsukiko thumbs up. A very short, simple romance anime that has a nice storyline to it, and also has great character build-up in all aspects. If you're looking to find some great romance anime, then this one will fit right well in this category. If you're looking for some anime recommendations that almost plays out like Say I Love You, then try to take a look at Kimi ni Todoke. This anime has basically the same idea as Say I Love You, except the show contains more episodes, and it has a total of 37. Thank you guys for watching my second ever review. I hoped you like it, and hopefully it was a better improvement over the first review that I made over 6 months ago. Can't believe it was 6 months ago since I made a last review, or I think more than that. Please like this video if you like the review, subscribe to the Otaku Nation for more anime reviews, reactions, let's plays, and all the many cool stuff that happens in that wonderful channel. And you can also check out Facebook group Anime Lovers, where I'm also there. And you can check out this show on Crunchyroll.com, where you can sign up for a 2-week free premium membership and you can get all the premium services that happens in that wonderful anime website and drama. So please sign up. If you guys haven't watched my first ever review, I did a review on Sword Art Online, where I did my first ever review on one of the most popular animes in 2012. And if you guys are interested in checking out a reaction video that I normally do in the Otaku Nation, you can check out recently My Sister's Unusual. I did a reaction on episode 1, and it's one of the most popular reactions on our channel so far, and it's one of the most funniest I've ever done, so please guys, check it out. It's pretty hilarious. I'm BaachiJoe saying, you know what? Let's have Miku do it.